there, I'm Esa from Metal De Facto, the guitar player, and you are watching GRIMM TV.
Nice to meet you today.
Nice to meet you.
First of all, how are you doing today?
Well, I'm getting back to life. I've been sick for almost a week, and it's been interesting. It's most of the band is sick at the moment, so that's why I'm here alone. But otherwise, it's getting better and better.
Good. Hopefully the rest get better soon too.
I hope so too, because the shows are in 1 week, so it's a bit
a little bit nerve-wracking.
Yeah, it is.
On top of, probably some nerves about releasing your new album next week, Friday, I believe. I guess it's a bit of a redundant question that, are you excited?
Yeah, well, obviously, I am excited about it. It took a lot longer to make than we anticipated, and there was some issues on the way. First there was global pandemic, then there was the singer issues, and now finally those are all behind, hopefully. At least for the global pandemic, hopefully.
Let's knock on wood.
Yeah.
You don't really want to get through that again.
No, I think once was enough in a lifetime.
Your new album is called Land of the Rising Sun. It's very obviously themed after Japan.
Yes.
And I guess partially also the samurai theme is quite strongly if I look at the album cover.
Yeah, it's strong in of course, because it's power metal always is about this telling stories and heroic epic stories, and much more epic than samurais. But of course there is other stuff in the album also. There is too bad that Sami is not here because he wrote most of the lyrics. But there is these issues like social issues, social anxiety, and this work-life balance issues and these kind of things. What we are delving in the songs, because it's good to have some limitations on the topic what you write. But of course, if you only focus on the samurai, it's going to be quite boring after a while.
It's going to be a bit one note.
Yeah. Japan has a rich culture, so there is a lot there to look into and to write about.
Yeah, well, I'm guessing because there's so much to look into and write about. I'm guessing that's kind of why there's gonna be a part 1 and part 2.
Yeah. Basically, that's the reason.
And
so, I've always been kind of a fan of these double part albums. I don't know why. I'm masochist in that way, because not all of them are great. Few are. But it was also that we had so much songs, and we were working all those at the same time. So naturally, the theme was the same. So it would feel stupid, kind of, to change the theme of the songs to the next album when you were writing the songs for this album.
And I think it's a good way of going about it, because now you can focus on those, I believe, 8 tracks that are on the album, and focus really on those. While if you would have a double amount of songs, so to say, some pearls might get lost in the.
Yeah, it is, and it's like this. That it's 8 songs the album, but it's still 45 minutes. It's not like a short album in that sense. So. Songs are longer and shorter on this album.
And the fact that you got to this theme, came that kind of naturally with all of you together, or just from one person, or?
I can't even remember how it came up with the theme originally. It's been we have some sort of a roadmap for the albums already in place. And this was agreed a long time ago that the second will be about Japanese culture. And I was just thinking that when did the idea come? Probably even before we made the first album.
Okay. That's a while ago.
Yeah, that's a while ago. That's 5 years ago almost.
Well, it's kind of cool to see a Western band, so to say, pick like Japanese culture as a theme. And not a whole lot of bands from these regions that pick up those. Say like it sticks out a bit.
No, yeah, of course there's Whispered,
Yeah.
but it's like
Yeah, I'm not saying that there's none.
yeah, there's some bands, but of course it's like a more alien theme for this like Western bands. For me, it's a kind of like natural. I've said it in other interviews also that when I was studying music in the university, mine is like a pro seminar work was about Japanese art music. So it's a bit like from there. And I've always been interested in Japanese culture. So it was. Well, that's probably the reason why it's also a double album, because there's tons of interesting stuff to like look into there and write about and make songs about.
Yeah. Now, for this album, like it took a bit of time, like since the other album. Kind of made me wonder, like, is there anything like in the sort of like writing recording process that kind of like changed really much, or like how it is to work with your new guy on vocals?
It's changed a bit, yes. Of course. Well, now there is not that much possibility to do it together, like in the same place.
Yeah.
Now it's more remote. But the thing is that for the vocal recording, I either flew to Finland and we did it in my studio, everything there. All the lead vocals. He did a lot of the backing vocals actually at his home studio, but because that's more just like a grinding work, doing work and sending us the ideas, and we're telling it, oh, okay, yeah, great, or not so great, or do it like this or do it like that. And can you do this? And then he tells us it's physically impossible, and then we just go from there.
And like, are there any like things that you like tried out in like the music specifically that you feel like damn, like this worked out, like really is really cool, like that you're really proud of, like how it worked out? Or
oh yeah, there is a lot of things actually. How we for instance, there's like Heavier Than a Mountain, the song. We fiddled around with the chorus for I don't know, for weeks probably. We tested, like there was originally a very different melody, then there was even another different melody, third different melody. I think this is now the fourth or fifth version of the song. Basically, that became the one. There was always like something that it's like, it could be better, and we could do this, and we could try this. And there's tons of this like recorded messages in WhatsApp where we're like somebody singing, can you sing it like this? You're like, maybe we should try this. And then we finally came up with this one that worked beautifully. It's like one of my favorite songs on the album because of this, and like a chorus that it's a bit different than our usual. There's like one note and children's music type of choruses.
Yeah, and I guess when it's like a song that was a little bit, I guess, more of a struggle to get through, or like a bit more labor involved, like it easily becomes like a little bit more your like favorite, or your favorite child, so to say.
Yeah, it quickly happens this that you put so much effort into it that you start to like it more than the other ones, because it was like you spend so much time doing it. Of course, that's also can be this that it's not always that good even if you spend time. So sometimes you have to understand that if something doesn't work, it doesn't work. But this time it worked, so we got lucky.
Yeah. Now with like this whole like new team and such, is anything of that gonna like translate to your live shows?
Not that much, just like in the visual part, but not really that much. Where I was like searching for this like inflatable samurais, but couldn't find anything that our budget could and the stage sizes could accommodate. But of course, one day.
Iron Maiden size theatrics.
Inflatable samurais. Even if the theme is not about samurais, but still they can always be there.
Yeah, well, Iron Maiden has been going through so many different themes. Like it all passes by in their shows. So
yeah, that's also true.
now, like you already mentioned, once you release the album, you're gonna do like a couple of release shows.
Yeah.
In Finland. Are there already like any like further plans, considering like live shows or something that you can share?
Not at the moment.
Yeah.
It's like some festival talks. Some one is confirmed, but it's not like out yet, and then there is some other talks about other things. But it's like as usual. It's nothing.
Hush for now.
Yeah, nothing is confirmed until it's confirmed.
Yeah. Well, at least nice to hear that there's going to be more Metal De Facto on stage sometime in the year, most likely.
Yeah, that's definitely in the plan to do that. And we had plans to do a lot more live shows, but then things went a bit differently.
Yeah. Well, looking forward to like get to see you around a bit more regularly. Now, like you mentioned that you already have like sort of a roadmap for like your releases, where it's going to. I'm guessing you don't want to share a lot of details about that, but I was just kind of wondering if you're sort of planning to continue that kind of like sort of historic themes, sort of.
Yeah. There is definitely plan to do this like historic themes in the future. Like originally there's ideas until album 7. Album 7 will be like something different. I have like huge plans for that one, but couldn't do it earlier because it needs a lot of budget, and I hope that at that point we will have the budget to do it how I want to do it. I'm not going to be like Jari level things like with Winter Sun, but like something a bit different.
Well, let's hope that sort of with this kind of new start that things get going properly.
Hopefully.
It'll be interesting to see what the future holds for Metal De Facto.
Yeah, for me too. It's like everything is very open at the moment. It feels a bit like we had some momentum like 5 years ago or something, 4 years ago, and then came the pandemic, came the singer change. So it's like feels like we're almost starting again.
Yeah, a little bit. Though on the other hand, like if I look online, there's still like a really big, really dedicated fan base for you guys.
Yeah, there's people who seem to enjoy the music.
I mean, I've seen a lot of excitement about like the announcement of the album that's coming out now and things like that. Like, it seems that sort of building up again. So
yeah, hopefully, and the reviews of the album now that's come, it's been mostly enthusiastic. I think there's 2 reviews that have been more like this, that okay, this is okay, but everything else has been like 9 or something like this out of 10. So it looks like we did something right, and I hope people also agree on that one. Yeah. It's been, at least we are very happy with the album. Of course,
good.
that doesn't mean that other people are happy with it, but at least I'm much more happy about this album than the previous one. The previous one was this like still learning how the band works, how things work, how to do an album production like that one, and all this kind of things. It came out better than expected, but this one is like with much more experience and this like more vision of what we want and how to achieve it. Of course, there's tons of things now that I would do differently also for this album, but that's just learning.
I guess that's also the like never-ending plight of a musician when they like actually like wrap something up, record something that then afterwards they start, but maybe that I wanted that. Yeah.
You can ask from the label about that one. And I think I sent like 4 versions of the final master to them that I always was like, no, I need to fix this thing. I can't just. That's probably the reason why the vinyl is coming a bit later than the CD, because it took me so long to deliver the master to them. Sorry about that.
Well, I think in the end the people will be fine with it, because the result is going to be there.
Yeah, hopefully. And I'm also fine with it. It's like I've listened to some albums that I made like over 20 years ago. I've remembered all the mistakes back then, but now when I listen to it, I don't even hear those anymore. So it's like 20 years I can probably listen to this one also without hearing all those problems that I had.
Yeah, when it's so fresh that you've like written and recorded and such, it's probably hard to get out of that like mindset of like the fine-tuning bits and stuff.
Yeah, it is, and of course at some point you have to let go. There is no other option, otherwise you're gonna end up like
to not turn into
it's like if you want it released, you need to release it. And it's like well, it worked for some bands that they didn't release anything for some time, but for me it doesn't work that way. That I want to also like you can always improve on the next one. That's why you make albums, that you can like one day maybe make the almost perfect one. I don't think anybody can make a perfect album, and if I will make a perfect album, in my opinion, one day, then I will just stop after that. There's no point of continuing anymore.
All right. On that note, I think we are about there. Is there anything at all you would like to say still to whoever ends up watching this?
Well, if you liked our album, thank you. If you hated it, well,
thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening anyway. Haha, I still got money from it. Wait, what? But like, it doesn't matter. I hope it gave you something. So, like, that's the most important thing. Even if it's like a feeling of disgust, it's still a feeling.
Yeah, I think that's a recurring theme that I've had with musicians, that as long as it brings up some emotions or something, it's good. Like if nothing would be there, then we failed with our music.
Yeah, it's like this, that I think the worst things for me is this, that when people are just like, yeah, it's okay. And I'm like, okay, great. No emotions, okay. I have failed. If they hate it, if they love it, then it's good.
Yeah. All right. Lots of luck with your album.
Thank you.
Lots of luck with the upcoming live shows. Fingers crossed that everyone gets primed and ready for it.
Yeah, I hope so. I certainly hope so. And well, it's looking better day by day. Sami is almost alive, and drummer is already feeling good. And the second guitar player never got sick, so we're golden there.
Let's knock on wood.
Yeah.
He doesn't start now.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Thanks for the conversation.
Thank you.
Well, again, lots of luck with everything.
So, thanks.
Thanks.